Welcome back to the channel, guys. If this is your first time here, thank you for joining us. If this is your second time here, thank you for hitting that play button again. In either case, I'm going to give you a chance to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Hold on. Now that we got that out of the way, today I am super excited to try out the new guy in town, the new Puerto Rican restaurant here in the city of Worcester, Ajoycilantro. It's gonna be over here on Main Street. I'm super excited for it. I am hungry. Let's see what this place got to offer. Today's review takes us to a subscriber's suggestion. On the corner of Main Street and Oriad, Ajoycilantro sits at 795 Main Street in Worcester, Massachusetts. Ajoycilantro is a new restaurant offering an authentic taste of Caribbean food with a touch of seasoning from Puerto Rico. Like I said before, I'm excited to try this new place, and I'm bringing my entire appetite. Alright guys, so you saw a little bit of what the place is about. You saw the food that we ordered. I'm actually super excited to eat some of the things like h.quinones. I don't have h.quinones very often, but when I have it, it is one of my favorite type finger foods. Let's check out and see what it's about. Alright, so this is the h.quinones. It doesn't look like maybe some other things that your mind might be wondering about. It's not that. It's delicious. Here we go. Let me get another bite in there. Give it a fair chance. It's not bad. I like the outside. The inside is it's a little dry for as much beef that should be on the inside of that. It's good, but it's mostly the outside batter fry that you're tasting. You're not really tasting the inside of it as much as you may want to. Let's give it another fair shot. Let's try to dip it in. Got some pica going on here. Pica makes the world a better place. A little bit of hot sauce makes the world a better place. If we dip it in here, see if it gives it a little bit more moisture and a different flavor palette here. Hold on. I mean, it helps. It's more, moist on the inside, and I like hot sauce too, but you shouldn't need to dip it in order to have the right moisture level. Alright, so next we're going to go with the empanada. Empanada, this one's going to be the beef. You saw what the empanadas looked like before. Let's give it a taste. This is definitely meat and cheese empanada. The outside is flaky, not overly oily. That's a problem with a lot of empanadas that I've had, that they go too far with the oil. You eat it and you got the whole drippage out the bottom. This is, good, safe, clean, not fresh. Fresh, you can tell by the cheese not being stringy out of it. It probably had been sitting in the display case there before picking it up for a little bit. Again, safe. It'll itch that scratch if you want an empanada. Not the best, not the worst. Definitely safe. I'm gonna go through the rest of the food here, kind of get a feel. I'm getting a feel for where things are gonna kind of end up being, but I'm going to eat the rest of the food here. We got some of the usual suspects. We got some rice and beans, some beef and kind of like that in place. You're gonna know that's there. We have some pernil in here, yuca straight up, surillos here, papa relleno, and lasagna. Of course, can't go wrong with that. I'll check back in with you guys when we go over dessert. All right, so as I'm going through everything, I'm kind of seeing a theme. Everything is safe. If you're looking for some food to get through the day, that's gonna be, there. Some decent Hispanic food. It's gonna be there for you, but it's not fresh. Like, I'm lacking like a fresh vibe. The rice, I feel like I'm having, for all of you guys who know pegao, I feel like I'm having that, like, kind of the hard rice on top, and this is supposed to be a fresh batch. It wasn't there. It feels like everything was probably a lot better when it first came out of the kitchen, but it might have been sitting there for a while. Also, the relleno de papa that's here, you can see it's all papa, no relleno. There's a little bit of beef that's right there in the middle. I mean, typically you want more than that. It's a big ball of potato at this point, but I'm gonna keep eating, continue to review stuff with you guys, but so far, so went through trying the tostones. It's not a crunch there. When I tried the relleno de papa, there's not that crunch on the outside. These, they're okay. Might be, I don't want to say, but it might be frozen. It might have come frozen. The juca, that's probably my favorite thing that I've had so far. I'm still going through it. But outside the relleno de papa, there should be a crunch on the outside. I'm not getting a crunch, and they're lacking on the meat. Inside, when I'm grabbing the tostone, it's almost, you can still taste the freezer on the inside of it because it's not fresh out the microwave or the fry later or whatever they're using. Again, the juca is probably the best thing I've had so far, but keep watching. Okay, so we went through some of the foods here. I'll tell you my final thoughts at the end, but now we're gonna go after the flan. This place not only does food from, they call it buffet style. Basically, they serve you in the trays, but they also have a bakery side here. So we did get two different desserts. We did grab the flan and pastelillo de guava. So guava, the fruit in there, it's like a flaky type dessert with powdered sugar and guava, like the fruit in a jelly inside of it. And also the flan. Not bad. Safe. It lacks a little crisp. Again, same kind of theme here. It's like it's been sitting for a little bit. Not bad, but had it been fresher, I'm sure it would have been better. That's how I feel on that. All right, so now we're gonna go after the flan here. It's hard to mess up a flan when you're going to be selling it around here. There's a lot of flan that's out here. It's safe. If you're looking for a flan, it kind of reminds me of, when you go to the grocery store, you have those frozen ones that are already done in those aluminum that you like scoop up. It's kind of like that, room temperature in a square as opposed to a circle. It's okay. It's okay. It'll scratch the dessert itch if you have one. It's okay. All right, so we're back with the review. Let's start from the beginning. The positives. The artwork on the outside looks great. The artwork on the inside looks great. The space is a good size space. But that's pretty much where it ends, fam. Can I be honest with you? The food, it just wasn't fresh. It just really wasn't up to snuff, right? It had been cooked and sitting for a while, so everything or most things that should have been crunchy on the outside ended up being a little bit, soft and oily. And even the rice that had been sitting for a bit, you could tell, especially the yellow rice, instead of it being, soft and flavorful when you eat it, it was that hard and crunchy type feel on the top. It really wasn't great. The pernil was a bit dry. Everything was kind of the same theme. Now, if you're going there for a quick bite, it's safe. It'll get you full. It's a little pricey for what it is, but it'll get you full. As far as service that's there, I found him a little rude, to tell you the truth. But again, if you're just going a quick in and quick out, then maybe you don't have to deal with it, don't want to deal with it, and you just keep your AirPods in and you don't listen to anybody, maybe you'll be okay. But overall service there, not great. Overall food there, not great. The best things on my plate that I had ordered were the juca and the lasagna. The juca, actually surprisingly good. The lasagna, I mean, you shouldn't be really going to a Hispanic place to try some lasagna. That shouldn't be where you really go for that. But even the things that are simple, like the empanadas, feel like they had been sitting a while. The cheese wasn't warm, stringy as you're biting through it. The actual outside wasn't flaky. Even in the desserts, wasn't flaky just the same. Normally, I like to get you guys a shot of the kitchen. But after speaking to management and the supervisor, they said that they did not care for the food that they served there to be reviewed at all. And in my mind, if you're going to be opening up a restaurant, you have to know that your food is going to be talking about and compared to other places. So that didn't really leave a great taste in my mouth as far as a customer service perspective. It really does come from the top down in that area. Overall, I give that place, because of the artwork, because of the space there, the parking is not great, it's off-street parking, a 3. A 3 out of 10, and I feel like, yeah, that's a pretty solid grading there. 3 out of 10, and that's because the artwork was great. It really did show homage to the culture of Puerto Rico, and it did have El Morro there, it did have the Three Wise Men, it did have, baseball up there, it had a lot of things. The coquille was up there. So if you're looking for great artwork while you're eating, it's a nice spot. If you're looking for a quick bite, you can get there quick, but the food might not be as fresh as you'd expect it to be. If you haven't had a chance already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have a suggestion, like this place was suggested to me to go to, let me know in the comments below. I'm sure I'll be happy to try your spot and give it a review of my own. Peace.